And in order to survive, we must survive L. So the Illuminati uses symbols. Symbols stand for something else. They have a dualistic meaning. And that's why our state seal has an obverse and reverse side. And they use the dualistic magic on our money, heads and tails, which is top and bottom, male and female, sex magic. And that's why the magic seal shows you the fiery fertility and the watery circle. And the magic spark and the satisfaction comes when you buy or sell something. And that's why we become greedy, because enough is never enough. And that's why the Bible tells you that money is the root of all evil. And that's why the super rich have wealth, because they learn to hustle the house of L. And that's why sometimes they get caught in a scandal. But all of them are criminals, the crime of L. And we have thieves because they steal. And when you win the lottery and all that cash, you think it's the best thing ever. And you'll probably think it's a miracle. But a miracle is the mirror or reflection of L. And now you know why God's Son can walk on water. Because the water reflects the sun. And they will soon find out it's no miracle. Because every lottery winner becomes a lottery loser. And the next thing you know, your entire family is broken apart. And that's how lottery dreams turn into lottery nightmares. This guy lost his life and was murdered for his money. And that's why the love of money is the root of all evil. Because the very root and fibers of money is red and blue, the Illuminati. Because they've given money the life of the red and blue blood. And our money is a magic talisman. And that's why the Illuminati invoked their wishes into our money. And when we handle the money, those magic forces and invocations are released to us. And different symbols invoke different feelings from you. Because when you see this symbol, it makes you feel completely different than this symbol. And that's why a symbol or a logo can control our emotions. Because a symbol or a logo represents its master or maker. And every symbol has a basic meaning and a complex hidden meaning. And that's why the simple word symbol has the hidden meaning of the bull. And that's why we call it a sigil, used to invoke or summon demons or spirits. And that's why we spell, to personally invoke the sigil. But you cannot cast the spell until you close or seal the sigil. Just like when you invoke your love and seal it with a kiss. And that's why logos have different symbols, because they represent something. To you, this might seem like an innocent logo, but I clearly see through the deception, and I can tell you the blue sapphire of Saturn in September, the 33 fields of Freemason and the Kabbalah, along with the laurel of L. And now you know why companies all across the world use the laurel. Because the use of the laurel goes way back into history, like the Germans. The laurel wreath, which goes back to the Roman times, which was taken from the ancient Greeks. The laurel of the sun god Apollo. And we are all familiar with the symbol of the eagle, which you'll find on symbols, seals, and badges. The same eagle you'll find in secret societies like the Freemasons, which comes from the eagle of the royal family. The exact same eagle that Hitler and the Nazis used, which came from the Holy Roman Empire, which came from ancient Greece, the eagle of Zeus. But don't forget that the eagle was taken from ancient Egypt, and the ancient Assyrians and Babylonians worshipped Ashur, the eagle head, because the eagle is El, the wings of the air, the Egyptian solar disk. And you'll see that companies like Chrysler use the winged disc because it represents Ashur, Bel Enlil, or Saturn. And that's why God's Son, Christ Slayer, uses the pentagram and the pentagon. Remember I told you the symbol for air is the prince of Satan? Well, let me tell you the truth about Michael Jordan, because he is the prince of the air. And Michael is the archangel that defeated Satan, which is blasphemy, because Satan is the prince of the air, the bull god. And that's why Michael plays on the Chicago Bulls, the Red Bull of El, the red-winged bull flying through the air, because the ancient Babylonians and Assyrians worship the winged bull. And that's why he's named Michael Jordan, because Jordan is where they worship the winged bull. And why do you think they play with a ball? Because ball comes from Baal. And that's why you use sex magic and put the ball in the hole. And that's why we say we are having a ball. And the court itself shows you the male entering the female, sex magic, because romance is when you court someone. Now you know the truth when they say he is dribbling. And that's why it makes me sick seeing little children holding their balls for Michael Jordan to sign, because a sign is a symbol or a sigil. And that's why they're 13 or 15 members, like the Skull and Bones. And their jersey numbers all add up to 318. It represents the Gnostic view of the value of Christ. And did you notice the hidden symbolism of 9/11? And that's why we have the Illuminati colors of red and blue. And of course the hidden Illuminati number of 23. And that's why the Illuminati produced the number 23, complete with the one-eye symbolism, as if it's some kind of conspiracy, because it's true fear to see. The 2 3s, the sexagram. So now you know the truth behind the Satan Prince of Air. And that's why 23 is blasphemy, because 2/3 of God's angels stayed in heaven and 1/3 fell, the fallen angels, 33%. And that's why the Bible says, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven, because his name in Latin is Lucifer. And that's why Paramount Pictures will always show you the fallen angels, the falling stars of Satan and Lucifer. And that's why they show you the pentagram. And they show you the Kabbalistic sex magic with the 22 stars, the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, and the sex magic of the piercing mound. In Freemasonry, this symbol is known as the Royal Arch. But they're not the only ones. There are many using the falling star theme, like Disneyland, blatantly showing you the fallen angel, the Ang of El. Disneyland has a castle, an evil castle, the evil cast of El. And it looks exactly like a cathedral, because a cathedral is El, the catheter that sucks and drains your blood. And Disneyland uses the fiery fertility like the Washington, D.C. monument, because Disneyland shoots fireworks into the universe, because the fireworks represent the spark or the fireworks of orgasm. The fiery fertility, the spark of El flying through the air. And that's why we call it a candle or a firework, because witchcraft is known as the work, the workings, the craft. And now you know the truth behind craft foods, because the workings of the craft is the force behind witchcraft, the works, the rituals, like in sex magic. Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, and L. Ron Hubbard performed the Babylonian work. It was a satanic sex magic ritual with the whore of Babylon. And that's why they call it a ritual.